it just means that the traditional extended supply chains that emanate from the offshoring model, which really began in the late 1980s, is coming to an end. And we're beginning to see different forces behind that. And so, when I talk about localization, fragmentation, regionalization, what that really means is we've got technology on the one hand that is allowing firms to actually manufacture and source and do their R&D much closer to their markets. And this technology is allowing for very quick scalability of products. It's allowing for bespoke manufacturing. It's certainly demand driven as opposed to supply driven. So that's one of the aspects that's contributing to this fragmentation. The other, of course, is geopolitics. And as tariffs and even more importantly non-tariff measures begin to influence supply chains, then again more and more of this activity is going to be ring-fenced and positioned in parts of the world where there'll be a smaller threat resulting from tariffs and non-tariff measures. And then, of course, the rest of it is really about nationalism and regulation. So, most of us tend to think of the movement of goods across borders, but it's really the simultaneous movement of goods and data. And we're seeing increased data localization rules. We're seeing increased data privacy and security rules, which again are mandating that companies focus on a local basis. Well, a value chain is any sequence of inputs of value that create an end product, right? So that means that there will be, of course, material inputs, and there will be all those activities that include value adding, production, manufacturing, the production of components, subcomponents, materials. But in addition to that, you have all of the information and all of the IP and all of the activity around that, which also goes into a value chain. So in today's value chains, which have taken years to evolve, for example, in the tech sector, you could have a particular piece of technology going in and out of a particular country 3 or 4 times and being shipped to numerous other countries and incorporated into parts and subcomponents and so forth, right? So that becomes a very, very complex value chain. Absolutely. So value chains are, in fact, as I mentioned, they're fragmenting, right? They're being severed and they're relocating and they're condensing, right? They're connecting in different ways, again, to mitigate risk and to maximize the benefits that exist in particular manufacturing nodes, for example, or nodes of human capital. So labor is one of the lower elements now on the priority list to manufacturing someplace. It used to be, cheap labor, great. Few regulations, okay. But now it's all about can you partner with the right firms? Is the human capital there? Is the environment suitable with a framework of rules? Is there good governance? Is there good infrastructure? These things have become increasingly more important. And then again, proximity to market. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, being able to mitigate or navigate around tariffs and non-tariff measures. It's being accelerated by Donald Trump. So, and it's being accelerated in a big way. So certainly Trump's tariffs, Trump's non-tariff measures such as sanctions and export controls are really disrupting existing value chains. But again, I think this is the convergence of those other things. Everything's coming together, so it's a perfect storm.